Today we get to ride the Black Ninja, 500 hours of restoration and a little over 30,000 miles, and it's still, to me, it runs like a brand, maybe even a little better than a brand new bike. So today is a Ninja Day. One of the things we always look forward to is riding our Ninja, and 13 years we've owned it, 500-hour restoration, and on a day like today I'm going to appreciate every one of those custom features. And I won't think for 1 second about that cold winter we did the restoration. Now I always think keeping the chain clean and keeping it lubed and gives you the best chance at having a long life, and checking it regularly for any links that are frozen or in any way damaged. Now what I'm always looking for is any links that look like they're frozen, and I found one on GS one time, long before it would have failed in service, but chains do wear out. And you put a lot of miles, tires wear out, chains wear out, and it's always to your advantage to check stuff. Now it's just a habit from owning a small plane to pre-flight the plane. I just, even before I had the plane, I like to check things on a motorcycle. I call it pre-flighting. That's probably not exactly the right word, but checking the bike over, grab everything a little bit, make sure nothing's loose. A lot of these bikes are old. This one isn't, but the ones that are, you never know, and it's always better to be safe than be away from home and have it break. And sometimes, and it's uncanny how the further you are from home, the more likely it is you'll have something loosen up. Oh my God, it's just uncanny how that happens. Or something that you could fix in your garage or in your shop in a matter of 10 minutes, when you're out in the boondocks and something happens, or a part comes off, or something gets loose, and I've had it happen. That's why I do these pre-flights. Okay guys, who's hungry? All right, no biting. No biting or you're not going riding today. This was 500 hours of a labor of love. A giant part of that includes the wheels and a lot of the custom painting. Every single part that's black has been painted with Bentley black, not Kawasaki black. There's not a one drop of original paint on that bike. And all we have to wait for now is to see if the sun's going to come out or what the final check of the weather is going to be. Well, as anybody who ever grew tomatoes knows, tomatoes grow fast. Today is the first day we got our tomato cages out, and it looks like all of the veggies, this is all Karen's veggie garden, every one of them is growing just perfectly. It's amazing. I wish we could grow motorcycles the way we grow vegetables. And Karen says there's a very slight chance of rain, but there's a lot of chance we're going to have a good ride. Only a 30% chance of rain. I wish it was 0, but we're going out anyway. Well, the sun really never did come out today, and it was chilly. I was surprised. I was glad I didn't put my summer riding gear on. I would be freezing here. But anyway, the roads are still nice and clean. No salt left from the winter. And it's just been a nice enough day for riding. time I pass the farms in this area, and there are several, and I look out and I think, wow, Karen and I have this little baby farm, and what it must be like to be a real farmer with real acreage and a tractor and a mule and a, I don't, maybe I'm the mule. Now, this Ninja has a lot of good features. One of the features that I really appreciate right now, it gets excellent mileage. It's the king of mileage except for the MT-09. And with the gas, every time I go to buy gas, it's 10 cents more than the day before. Now we got a couple of miles left on these Michelin 2s, but what's going to happen? I got the tires that came off the MT-09 that are about half worn out in 5,000 miles, so we're going to put those Michelin 5s on this bike very soon, I think. Now I think on a day like today, all the hours I put into this restoration, especially the gold wheels, custom mixed paint, all the stenciling and decals, oh my God, when I think about it, all worth it today. And I want to thank John Pothier and Thomas Luciano who helped with the stenciling and the computer-generated Photoshop stuff that went into this project. And it was extensive. And this was about a 500-hour restoration. But again, once it's done, you have the bike for the rest of your life. Now, in the custom gold paint that's on the wheels and on the trim on the bike, that all comes from one batch of paint that I made with pigments, gold pigments that I got from Amazon, and clear binder. And I did all the experiments that get that paint right where I wanted it. Now, it was a gloomy day. It was not sunny, but when the sun is shining on that gold paint, even the word Kawasaki on the tank, or on the wheels or on the trim, that gold paint is unbelievable. And this bike is very, very sneaky. I've ridden with some people with much faster bikes, and we get into the twisty part of the ride, and they look in the mirror, and I'm right there, and it annoys them. It really sneaks up on you. Sneaky bike. remember this bike is an '09 with the offset shock on one side. And years later, I noticed Ducati, maybe there's some other people too that did their bike with the shock on the side too. Now this area where I ride, it is really a sweet spot in northern Jersey, and there's so many nice back roads. And every day I find even more little places that I go up one way and I come out somewhere I didn't know where I was. It's a wonderful place to ride. Now there's about a dozen carbon fiber parts that I made from scratch on this bike, and there's one under the windshield, the two side covers, the two pieces down at by the foot pegs, and all of that carbon fiber work is a nice little touch. Now you heard the Valentine go off. I went around that corner, and hiding behind a tree is our local law enforcement. And that Valentine saves my bacon virtually every day. Now another nice little feature of the bike, the seat is very comfortable for 3-4 hours, even uninterrupted, where you don't have to buy gas. And the only reason I stop is to buy gas or to take pictures and video. The seat is great. Now every time I stop to take pictures or video, I look at the paintwork and I think how many Photoshop renditions we made of this paintwork before I actually started painting the bike. That's amazing. And anybody that's ever done a set of wheels down to raw aluminum and done all the cleanup and the sanding and the polishing and buffing, and man, you know how many hours goes into it. And all winter, those hours when it's freezing cold outside, really doesn't bother me to spend them. But boy, do I love having them on these nice warm rides of the year. And I remember when I bought the Bentley black paint, I was thinking, why, the price of paint is crazy and ridiculous, and it is. But boy, does it complement the gold wheels beautifully. this is one of the easiest bikes I own to work on. It comes apart and goes back together, especially when I did this full restoration on it, every part of it. Easy to access, easy to work on. It just couldn't be any better when you want to do like a full restoration like I did on this, and this bike is an '09. Now, it's funny how you get on a motorcycle, and it doesn't matter what bike you have. You get on a bike, and within a short amount of time of starting a ride, you get onto the roads you enjoy the most, and you lose track of time and space, and you look down at the clock, and 3 or 4 hours has gone by, and you're almost out of gas. Now, a lot of parts of this bike are very easy to appreciate. The fact it doesn't wear tires out quickly. The fact that it's dead reliable. It's reliable as a refrigerator. It doesn't require a lot of maintenance. And it's got a comfortable seat. And most of all, it's fun to ride. Well, the day held pretty tough. Not a drop of rain, not a lot of sunshine, not any in fact. And a full tank of Ninja gas. Once it's filled up, we got to head back to the farm, see how Karen's doing. We got kids coming over tonight. The house, the renovation is almost totally done, and we are ready for the reveal very soon. But it's time to get back to the farm. So it looks like we beat the weather. The landscapers are going wild here trying to clean up the property. Summer's coming, and I can't wait. It was a little chilly today. You know, they don't have summer riding gear. It was chilly up north there. Anyway, we did have a great ride. We snuck one in between the raindrops. I don't think it's going to rain. I think they lied. But the weathermen lie all the time. They're like the landscapers. They lie. Like me, I lie. Anyway, hope you did enjoy the ride. Oh, it's not going to be long now before we get fresh veggies out of that garden every day. All of our bikes are running, and almost all are going to be good for the whole summer. A few need tires, a couple little maintenance items that we're going to take care of on the no riding days. But we're basically looking forward to a really nice summer. We've got this wonderful little collection of bikes, and every one of them is a little bit different. Each one brings a little bit different ride to the day, makes you feel different. But they're all fun. I don't have any in here that I wish I could sell and get rid of. In fact, I wish I had a bigger garage. Karen, not so much. She doesn't wish I had a bigger garage. But they keep me busy. To a certain degree, they keep me young. They keep my brain working when, well, some people disagree with that. And thanks so much for watching. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow.